Boy, it's cold down here in the A. But I tell you another thing. It's cold down here with these fans, man, because we need a change in Atlanta. But we did a video, me and my boy A1, and we talked about Joe Burrow coming to the Atlanta Falcons. Me personally, I think it's a checkmate game over. But here's clips from that video. Talked about contracts, draft picks, and why he makes sense for the Falcons. Y'all take a look at this.
And the reason why it came to mind is because I started to look at the roster, and we know we don't have a first round pick, and we know this. But the
Mhm.
reason why it came to my mind is because of the Rams and what they did with Matthew Stafford. They had a pretty good team when they traded for Matthew Stafford. They knew they just needed one more piece. We knew Jared
Mhm.
Goff wasn't Sean McVay's type quarterback, and he went out and got a rocket arm quarterback because he know he needs that to push the ball down the field. And guess
Mhm.
what? He went out and traded Matthew Stafford. They got what, three first round picks and two players. And when you look at it, I
And
have
the
no
ring.
problem with that. But I know y'all sitting back wondering, how are we gonna make this move and we talking about money? Well,
Mhm.
her cousin on the really old, 10 million, in guaranteed money. And the rest will be probably dead cap, but they can spread that out for the next 5 years, till the front don't knows that cap. Um, Also, when you look at draft picks, yeah, we don't have a draft pick first round this year, but this is the main reason why I would think about doing this. You trade that second round. Well, you probably trade that second round pick this year. Probably get a fourth in return for this year, and that'll give your draft pick back. Then the very next two drafts, you give up the first round picks for those drafts. Then you probably can trade another one of your players. I mean, we don't know which one, but I'm sure, like I said, Drake London, he could be one, but they already have receivers, so that may not work. You could do a sign and
Yeah.
trade with Kyle Pitts. That could work.
Yeah, I about to say
So
that you're gonna have to be a sign trade.
yeah, so I mean, Jesse Bates, you can send him back, sign it. Well, trade him back, because they do need safety help. Numbers off right quick before you keep going. When
No,
you
do
look
your
at his
thing.
contract, when you do his contract, Dak Prescott, I'm looking right now. They just lost to the Vikings, and it's going to get harder for them to make the playoffs because they 6-7-1 right now, and Minnesota just pretty much probably knocked them out the playoffs. But it would really come down to the NFC South and what happened there. But 2025 this year, his cap hit is 46 million, and Dak Prescott, as I'm looking at, I'm just telling y'all, his contract is 60 million. You have
Mm.
Trevor Lawrence at 55 million, and you have what was that other quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He's at about 53 million, and he's below all of these guys. And you listen to what I said earlier with the stats. Joe Burrow led the league in completions, in passing yards, and touchdowns last year.
Mhm.
And you mean to tell me you wouldn't risk two more first round picks? Look at what the Rams did with Matthew Stafford. What if the Falcons pull that off? They had an offensive talent, they had an offensive line, they have key pieces to deal with to build around on defense. This move to me is a no brainer, and no in the hell, nobody can tell me different. 46, and we gonna have the cap space, and then you cut if you make a trade for Jesse Bates and you find a way to get off Kirk Cousins contract. Yeah, you're gonna have dead cap space, but you can lower that by keep kicking the can down the road. So you can make room for Joe Burrow's contract. It's just, are they going to be willing to trade him? Or
You're right.
do you have enough? Crazy part about the back end of the contract, Chris, he still wouldn't not be making much of Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, or Jalen Hurts because those guys are in the 60 range by the time, and we ain't even talking about Mahomes. You talk about 26 salary cap hit, 48 million. The next year, 51 million. And then the next to the last year is 53 million, but the dead cap is only 15. And in the last year, if you don't want him here, it's only 2 million. So the last 2 years of that contract are very doable when you come to dead cap space. So you're basically going to have her for 2 years. And if that doesn't work out, then guess what? You move on, play that little dead cap space, and you just keep it moving. But you got to take a chance and to go for it, man. I mean, because you have too much talent to just throw away. And like Chris said, think about the roster that, think about what if we get a new coach. And Chris, what is one name that I called that I said if they got fired, he'd be a nice addition as an offensive coordinator?
What you
Zach
talking
Taylor.
about? Back to
That's
Jack Taylor. Yeah,
as an offensive coordinator. So if that could
and
happen,
think of
I could definitely see Joe Burrow here because he put up crazy numbers. He led the league in attempts at 652, pass yards almost 5,000, and 43 touchdowns. So he's put up the numbers, and they're really empty numbers because they can't capitalize on it. And when you look at what the Falcons have compared to the Cincinnati Bengals offensive wise, if the Falcons add a solid number 2 receiver, they already have Bijan. If Tyler comes back, they can sign him. They have an effective offensive line, and they have a solid defense to build around. And if Joe Burrow, would you say no to that? Let's just keep it real. Would you say no to that?
Hope y'all enjoyed that, man. It's a sports machine, man. Y'all know what to do. Drop them comments in the comment box and let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hype up this video, man, because you hype it up, it goes through the YouTube universe, as I always say. But this your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.